Kutluğ Ataman's 1999 film Lola and Bilidikid depicts life in the queer Turkish community of Berlin through the tragic story of Lola, a Turkish-German drag queen. The multiple identities of the characters in the film collide and interact in terms of race, gender, sexuality, culture, and class. The film is often referred to as being part of Turkish-German cinema, yet it doesn't fully fit the usual understanding of this mold. Its Turkish director and writer had no connection to Germany prior to writing the film, but the cast is mainly Turkish-German, and the film's language is a mixture between the two. Even the film's genre is hard to pin down, part Turkish melodrama, part Berliner cabaret, part American Western. Almost straight away, the film reflects concepts of hybridism and intersectional identity. This video essay will specifically deal with the way Berlin spaces reflect and demonstrate these intersections, and in turn the ways in which Berlin itself is queered. This city becomes a space of literal and figurative crossing points, which emulate and involve queer experience. The opening scene firmly orients this as a Berlin film, as the camera pans across the Siegessäule. Built to celebrate Prussian war victories surrounding German unification, and relocated by the Nazis in 1939, this iconic monument has a complex history rooted in German militarism and masculinity, yet is represented by a female figurehead, the Roman goddess Victoria. As the scene continues, the camera switches to Murat as he walks through the Tiergarten, yet from a high angle, looking down on him as if the audience is Victoria herself. The camera swings round to show Murat's face for the first time, the out-of-focus golden figure looming over his shoulder. Tiergarten is a notorious spot for gay cruising, and it quickly becomes clear what Murat is doing there. This allows the audience to make the contrast between illicit hookups and the park's opulent imperial past, straight away introducing the idea of underworld meeting the upper world. We don't see the Siegessäule again until the very end of the film. Unlike the dark, eerie opening where the column hovers out of focus as a threatening, omniscient presence and reminder of historical German violence, this time it is a wide-angle image of triumph, Calypso and Scheherazade driving off into the sunset in full drag, with the promise of a bright future paid for by Friedrich's mother's brooch. The meaning here made even more striking, as Andrew Weber points out, this is a Turkish inheritance of old German money. The use of contrasting lighting in these shots also portrays the situation of the characters. Murat's nervous insecurity in his homosexuality, in comparison to the two drag queens' open celebration of their identities, wearing women's clothing in broad daylight and flirting with the taxi driver. Weber points to this reclamation of the city space as a queered reimagination of a phallic emblem of masculine power. The queering of this phallic monument is nothing new. After all, Siegessäule is the name of Berlin's major monthly gay magazine. The mixture of male and female in this monument also comes into play, showing the deconstruction of gender. The phallic imagery of the monument is ultimately undermined by the female representation of victory. This is reflected in the film's final line when Scheherazade remarks in Turkish,
"Bana bak teşekkür arayayım sonradan söylemedi deme."
"I'm a woman with balls, don't say I never told you," which also shows the deconstruction of nationality. The wide-angle final shot overlooked 17. Junistraße, a site of major political protests in 1953 against the oppressive Soviet regime, highlighting this ending as an act of political protest by our queer Turkish characters. 17. Junistraße leads to the Große Stern, the enormous roundabout on which the Siegessäule stands, and the point at which the biggest roads in the city converge. It is only fitting that the film ends on Berlin's largest intersection.